Hi, this is Tara with Nappytime Review, and I'm going to give you a look at Ryan's Math Adventure book number 2, which covers basics of addition and subtraction. So if you've been reading or if you've seen my other videos about prologue and book 1, you know this is a continuing story where a present-day boy gets transported back into this fantasy realm where math has been erased from the world, and they are on a quest to defeat um, the villain who did this, who erased math from the world. And they do this by this present day boy helping them understand these math concepts so that they can complete the quests and things that they need to do. So very nice thick paper, full color printing. And at the beginning of each book it will go over the characters so you can help keep track of who's who. The first page after that will kind of give a recap of everything that's happened so that you're ready to jump into the story and you're back on track with everything that's going on. The index here with the different chapters talks about the topics that are going to be covered in each chapter. Within these you see things like understanding addition, understanding subtraction, has a rule about adding and subtracting 0, the commutative law of addition, number pairs, adding tens and ones, adding 3 numbers, calculating subtracting 3 numbers. So lots of different topics, all in just a very, simple comic book. It's going through all of these things and kind of introducing them in, can't say real life things, but just kind of natural happenstances that the characters are facing. So story continues. Very easy for students to read. It's not real text heavy, but it is still a very interesting story. Whenever a math point is talked about, it's very well illustrated, and one of the characters explains it, and it usually comes up later again to show that it's relevant in different situations. Wanted to point out something else here. Let me see if I can find it. Also shows like some number lines, and you'll see there's also kind of the use of some base 10 illustrations later on here, I think, somewhere. Maybe I missed it. But the interest is always really high. I like how it even, talked about, when you're adding or subtracting with 0, teaches little, tricks and rules like that. And you would think, well, how does it keep it interesting and also keep reiterating these points? And it just does. It just makes it really interesting. It's all involved with the story and the things the characters are trying to do. And, it's just really neat. And I like how, sometimes it lines them up differently. And I just like how it's representing these numbers in a variety of different ways. It's representing them with fingers. And, it just keeps it very interesting, and I think it's good to learn how to recognize, and even leads to subitizing different numbers when you see them presented in different ways visually. So after the story you have a workbook, and it just has some things to help you practice the math concepts that have been covered. After some more kind of basic work pages, it'll then have some pages that have a little bit more challenging and interesting puzzles and like word problems and things. And then it also has the answers, and it will explain those answers as well. And then in the back you have the rundown of all the books, a whole set of 40 books, and the different concepts they cover. So this is a really great story that kids can get into and continue, and while they're doing it they're learning math concepts as well. So really cool book. So glad to have found this. I've got one more video to do with the third book, and I have the prologue and book 1 also. So check those out, and more importantly, check those out on Amazon. I think you're really going to like these books. They're so high interest. When I got them, I thought they were going to be kind of boring and dry, but they're not at all like that. They're very interesting. They're very colorful, very easy to get involved with, and introduce them in a very nice way. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.